Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aidan. On today's video, we are taking a look at the Space Hippie 4 in the Vault colourway. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. Space Hippie is an exploratory footwear collection inspired by life on Mars, where materials are scarce and there is no resupply mission. Created from scraps or space junk, Space Hippie is the result of sustainable practice meeting radical design. Originally releasing on June 11th for a retail price of £105, unfortunately I wasn't able to cop on release, but recently copped via a restock on Offspring. Nike ditched the double box to deliver Space Hippie shoes in a singular shoebox made from repurposed materials and printed on with plant-based ink. Taking a quick look at the label on the box, which reads Nike Space Hippie 4 in the grey, vault, black, DK, smoke grey colourway. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of my review. And here we go guys, I now have the Space Hippie 4 in hand, so let's get straight into my review. Starting out with the upper, which has been created using Flyknit material. Now, it is important to note that the Flyknit has been created using 85% to 90% worth of recyclable materials. Those materials do include plastic bottles, t-shirts, as well as post-industrial waste. Based on some images that I looked at prior to release, I always thought that the upper would be a lot softer than it actually is. However, it does have a rough texture underhand. And if we now take a quick look at the laces on the shoe, which are completely black, and they are featured on the low-key lacing system. Just above this we have a fabric strap with the Nike swoosh and the numbers 04, as this is the Space Hippie 4. And on the lateral side we have the pixelated Vault Nike swoosh. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Let's get back into it. And if we now take a quick look at the midsole area, otherwise known as crater form. Now this has been constructed using a rubber material as well as plastic waste from the manufacturing process. Now what this does is it creates a bubbling texture that can really be felt underhand. Now, based on the images that I saw prior to release, I almost felt that this would have a Ultra Boost type of feel underhand. However, this is a lot more rugged and stiff in my opinion. And within the midsole area, there is an additional layer, also known as Zoom X. Now, this is traditionally used within the world's leading running sneakers. And famously, it was also used within the sneaker of Eliud Kipchoge, who became the first human being to ever complete a marathon in under 2 hours. And if we now take a quick look at the outsole of the shoe, we have the crater rubber, which does have a speckled shiny finish to match the midsole area, and you can see on the heel portion that we have the Nike swoosh branding. And if we now take a quick look at the sock liner of the shoe, which is created using the same Flyknit material. Now there isn't much shape to the sock liner and it kind of caves in on itself, which I'm not really a big fan of, and this area of the shoe isn't really going to offer much ankle protection or support. Taking a look at the insole of the sneaker, we have a complete black insole with the Space Hippie branding. And to finish, taking a quick look at the heel of the shoe, you can see that we have the handy heel strap. And that pretty much summarises my overview of the shoe itself, so now let's move on to my opinions on the sneaker. And now moving on to the most important aspect of any sneaker, and that is the sneaker's comfortability. Right out of the box, I didn't feel personally that the Space Hippie 4 was a very comfortable shoe, and for me it did require some breaking in time. I do feel that that is mainly due to the chunky midsole area. It's not necessarily something that I'm used to on my sneakers or within sneakers in my collection, so it was definitely something that I had to take some time to get used to and really familiarise myself with. And then it did start to feel a bit more comfortable when I did start to break the sneaker in, but initially I wasn't really impressed with the overall comfort of the shoe. And in terms of the sneaker's durability, for me it is a little bit difficult to say exactly how durable this shoe is going to be, as I've had the shoe over a very small window of time. However, I do already have some concerns, as I did start to notice that parts of the midsole has started to chip and come away. I'm not sure if that's just a QC problem or if other people have had that issue as well. I'd just be a little bit concerned that if I'm wearing it over longer periods of time or on a regular basis, I'm not actually sure how well the midsole area is going to hold up. Perhaps that will be something we should look at a later date in another video. In terms of sizing, this does come in women's sizes, so I actually went for a half size down. I went for a UK men 8.5, and I did actually feel that that fit me perfectly. So in my opinion, I would recommend going at half size down or true to size, but if you can actually try the sneaker before buying, I would highly recommend you do so, just so you can understand the best fit for you. And in terms of my overall rating on the shoe itself, I do give the Space Hippie 4 a 4 out of 10, which I do believe is actually the lowest rating of any sneaker on my channel currently. Now, I just want to make it clear that I love the thought process that has gone into creating this shoe. You know, wanting to create a environmentally friendly sneaker whilst also reducing your carbon footprint, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic. I just feel that the execution has been way off. I'm not a big fan of how it looks on feet. I do feel like they could have made the shoe a lot more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and I do think that I'm going to try and get my hands on other models within the Space Hippie lineup which do, in my opinion, look better, just so I can see, you know, what they actually look and feel like in person. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Space Hippie 4 as well as the Space Hippie lineup if you do have any in your collection currently, and let's go ahead and take a closer look at the shoe itself. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification, and I hope to see you again in the next one.